So I'm here with Dana Douglas at Cowboy Up for Christ Ministries, and I want to just spend a few minutes to let him tell you a little bit about this ministry. And Dana, would you care to just share with us real quick on what is Cowboy Up for Christ Ministry?
Cowboy Up for Christ is a ministry that's been going for 11 years now. We're in our 11th season, and it's an independent ministry that focuses on bringing kids from the community, from a lot of the low-income housing projects, from some of the other areas and housing projects in the area, and bringing those to our property here. We start out by teaching, first of all, feeding the kids a hot meal, and then we have a Bible lesson with them, and then they get an opportunity to learn to ride a horse, to rope, and to fish. It's a fun program. The idea was to make it feel like they're coming back to Grandma and Grandpa's house, and a lot of these kids don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
And we ask them to turn their electronics off and just spend the evening with us. The focus of it is, of course, without a doubt, sharing the gospel with them, and so that's our focus.
Yeah, so that was kind of my next question. How are you using this ministry to leverage the advancement of the gospel?
Well, as you can see what's happening tonight, as I get on the horse, kids are drawn to me, to the horse, they're drawn to the animals. And so when we're here, we have their attention, and it gives us a real neat opportunity then to share the gospel with them, and in a way that they're really listening and focused on us.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the ways we do that. And my goal in every season, my goal is to make sure that when they leave, they know the gospel.
That's great. So Dana, what are some ways we as Grace Baptist can be connected to this ministry?
Well, the number one way is to pray for us. We're constantly in need of prayer, and prayer-wise, a couple ways you can do that. Number one is to pray that the kids would continue to come. That's our prayer, that we would be really faithful with the gospel and to preach the gospel and make sure that that's the focus of the whole thing. And pray for the financial needs, because there obviously are financial needs with feeding them and with supplying all that we do. And then pray for volunteers. And it's always amazing when I say those things, it's amazing how God supplies those things.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're not sure what we're going to have on Monday night, and somebody will call and say, hey, we want to help you with the meal for Monday. Or sometimes people will just show up and say, we want to volunteer and help. How can we help? And God always makes that happen. I don't worry about it, because it always falls in place according to his providential plan. But pray for us in those areas.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing this with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
And it's a joy to be here at your house and seeing this ministry in person. And so that's been your Great Commission moment.